Hey, hey, hey! Genki Gamer here! Yeah, the Genki Meister. So, I wanted to make a follow-up video because I had some of the facts wrong on my first video and the sound was horrible. I'm so sorry, guys. And then the commercial played. I was trying to get this video out as fast as I could, so I do apologize. I'm trying to do a better job for you all. This MamaMax thing has really got me upset, is the whole thing. I just found out he has zero, I'm telling you, zero convictions. Zero. 80 videos and not one person in jail. It's because he's too worried about making these videos, having a cult following, and trying to weaponize his fans. That's all he's worried about, is the power and the money. I'm telling you. And then I just found out as well that this man has already been targeted as a predator himself. Yeah, he did a response video and tried to clear it up. But how do we really know? He might be a predator as well. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't doubt it. I mean, look at it. He cares less about the videos. As you'll find out through this video, that he actually doesn't, the only truth in his video is a picture of the person. He knows that is a person. He doesn't know if they're a predator or not, but he knows he thinks they're a predator, and that's all that counts. So, he likes to weaponize his 736,000 subscribers to attack people. That could be you. You could be the innocent one. What if you follow him and said something he didn't like in his comments below, and then he comes after you and makes up some stuff that you're a predator and talks in his voice and makes an hour video? He could use that time of making a video to discuss this with police officers, detectives. They want to know this stuff. But there's a way we have to go about it in order to take care. Oh gosh, sorry, I got a little uptight there. We have a system here. No, it's not always perfect. And yes, sometimes it's hard. But that's so not just anybody gets accused wrongfully. Okay? We have to have physical evidence. And if you talk to detectives or police officers, they would help you. And you could work personally with them. I'm sure they would want to get these predators off the street. You think cops are against getting predators off the street? No. They want that more than we do. But people like him are ruining these cops' investigations, destroying evidence, and letting these predators go free. We know he did 80 videos. Let's say there's a predator in each one of them videos. Let's just say that. So there's 80 new predators out on the street that we know they're predators. If, we can't say they're all predators because he lies a lot. But, okay, let's say they were all predators. Let's say he does do investigative work, which he doesn't. But let's say he did. And, okay, so if he's doing investigative work, that means we have 80 predators out on the street, if they were actually predators. We don't know this because he lies. He doesn't do any investigation. He's more worried about just finding somebody he can call a predator and making a beautiful video about it to entice you guys, to get your pockets, to use you guys as a weapon. Well, whoever subscribes to MamaMax. This man is sick in the head.
Hunting YouTube channel who is most...
Things were pretty alright.
This here is the girl from the cult thing. Now she did say that there was
later on after the
there was pictures and things that was sent to her in text and text messages.
I'm not okay with that.
Now I'm hoping she's telling the truth. I really do, and I really believe maybe she is, but we need some evidence to go along with this. So if you would talk to the police department, she could give them the number she had, and then they can go in and search the histories of them phones and find the text messages, find pictures, find evidence. Key word here, evidence. All right, let's go ahead.
And like a few days after I gave him that firm no, he was like, Leviathans are coming after you. You've got to get out. Yeah.
So as you can tell, some pretty crazy stuff was going on with Camden Gerard Davis, allegedly. But unfortunately, most of MamaMax's audience wasn't aware of these details regarding Camden Gerard Davis, because this podcast was uploaded to a separate channel, with Max only promoting it through his video that was supposed to launch this whole awareness campaign instead of in the video.
Look at the videos he's making. Okay, I know how much time it takes to make a video. And this time that he's spending to put fancy videos up and little barcodes and stuff like that, he could be spending talking to a detective, seeing what he could do to help this situation, or find evidence so, you know, we can prosecute somebody for once. 0 prosecutions. Remember that. 0. 80 videos. None. He does lie about 1. We'll find that out later.
Itself. That, alongside with him calling out other YouTubers to once again
That's
spread
another
awareness,
thing.
like he did with his previous anti-YouTube.
What I tell you, he's like an occult leader. He calls out people because they ain't, you know, all on his stuff. He has this God image.
Campaigns caused the audience to not receive the video as well as Max was hoping, which caused him to make this video calling out Moist Critical and people talking about the Sniper Wolf doxing situation with Jack's films, begging them to take his awareness campaign seriously.
Look, the Jack's film and Sniper Wolf, I even covered that. That was an actual, you know, that was bad. And, you know, people want that news. I mean, does our national news, does the newspaper only cover one type of news? No. They cover multiple news because we need to know what's all going on in the world, not just one issue in the world. You know, like what about the wars going on? What about, you know, the crime? What about a dangerous situation somewhere? All these things need to be talked about, not just his thing, but he's so big-headed and egotistical that he friggin' doesn't care. He don't even care about you guys. He just wants that money and that power. He's power hungry. Butthead is what he is. But there's real girls doing this all the time to make it more creepy. And did you guys know, like, the only really good thing on his videos, the only thing that he has on his videos that is like true is a picture of the person. He has no proof of nothing ever, and his videos are all false. He even says it in here. Oh my God! Oh, I don't want to. Sorry, I can't handle him dealing with him talking too much. He makes me sick.
About kids, it was more so. This is an important issue.
Let's back up here.
Call to action, like.
Let's back up a little bit here. Okay, this is the end of that video he made calling out Moist Critical, when Moist Critical he's one of the best-hearted YouTubers on YouTube. I'm telling you guys, he is not a bad person. I don't think he has a bad bone in his soul.
But to share growing concerns that has been eclipsed by your usual online interactions.
Yeah, so needless to say, that video didn't work. It actually caused people to hate this awareness campaign even more, instead of just being confused, due to how aggressively he went after people not covering.
Now, Voice Critical did make a comment about this. He was very polite. He's not like me, where I think this man's disgusting. But I'm sure he doesn't want to dog people. He doesn't know what's going on. You know, he's a good, like I said, he's a good man. He's not as bad as I am. But Moist said, you know, this man, MamaMax, had left a bad taste in his mouth after what he did. And I kind of take that as he's probably a little upset about it. I'm sure he is.
This, essentially implying that they don't care about the well-being of children because of it. So MamaMax decided to host a live stream to argue with his biggest critics of his latest awareness campaign.
Okay, why does he worry about that cult when he's making his own cults? I mean, MamaMax is basically like a cult leader.
specifically a YouTuber called Larex. Here is the argument they had on stream.
Specifically, I wanted to, I guess, talk to you, because my main, like, critique
Look at that damn
for you,
smirk.
I guess,
Uh-huh.
is that in your most
That
recent
shows you
video
he
where
just don't
there
give
was
a
a direct
crap.
call to action, like calling out Moist Critical.
He's not even
it came across
serious.
as, like, really manipulative, and that you were kind of, I guess, weaponizing your audience in a sense to then kind of get them to be forced to respond to you. Because just because you have 10 million subscribers or whatever, you don't have like an obligation, or there shouldn't be an expectation that you talk about the like real world issues. But then you make a video adding him, getting your whole fan base involved, and you kind of know what you're doing. You're sending your audience to go and tell him, if you don't cover this, you don't care about these kids or these people who got taken advantage of. So I guess how would you respond to that critique? Like, how do you justify that, the way you went about it?
I did not mean for it to come off as like, if you don't respond, you don't care about kids. It was more so, this is an important
See, he's
issue.
trying to think of lies. You see how his eyes are
an
moving?
important person who can save lives with literally one upload about it. This is my one shot at getting your attention. Here we go.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
tell
I
he's
mean,
trying
what-
to think of
what
the
if I, like,
best
told you, I
lie he
guess,
can
right now,
tell.
You're covering serious issues with your YouTube channel. But what if I told you, like, there's a bigger issue even going on, even than what you're covering with Israel and Palestine. So why aren't you making videos about that? Like, I feel like you can always play this game saying that the thing you're covering right now, it's not as important as this other huge world issue.
And I will post this link to this
Obviously,
video
I would
down.
put that standard on you.
Down in my descriptions down there. I will give you guys a link to this and some other videos. This brings up a point. That's what I was saying in the very beginning, that, there is so much going on in the world. We have to focus on multiple things at the same time. I understand that this is a very important thing, but he wants to bring attention to it, but yet he wants to do nothing about it. He brings this forth with no evidence. Why didn't you, instead of taking the time to call out people and to sick your audience on other people, why don't you check to see if you can work with the police department, see if you can get the information you need and all the stuff you need to arrest this person, instead of making funky videos.
Just because you have 760K subs, you shouldn't have an obligation to cover these things just because you're a big YouTuber.
Look at that smirk.
Well, so
If he was down south, we'd smack
the
that
reason
smirk
why
right
we
off his
covered
face.
Charlie is because
I hate his little face.
I feel
Ugh,
like
he's so
he
disgusting.
uploads daily. He live streams a lot.
Now you got to realize too, while we're watching this, he has been called out for being a predator.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to just make one upload about
He did the whole
Whereas,
looking up thing. That's
if it's
like the
I'm
sign
not
of
gonna
lying.
reach out to Lex Friedman or Andrew Huberman, who are already
They're
doing
trying to figure out
important
what to
work,
say,
like
as
you
in
said,
because
like Israel versus
he don't care.
Palestine. I don't know. I think it is true. People could be reaching out to me, hey, why aren't you covering this? But it's like, I feel like what I'm working on with Spencer and the survivors is important enough to put my focus into. Whereas with someone like Charlie, I feel like he could be doing more with each upload,
I just don't think. I think you're trying to force him in a sense, or try to use this moral superiority, guilt,
Look,
to guilt
he's
trip
not
him
even paying
into covering
attention.
it at this point and trying to manipulate him into doing it, which I think just makes you look bad in the whole thing and kind of trivializes the thing you're trying to call out.
Well, this man, that's what he does. He did this to YouTube. He does this to Moist Critical. He did this to Some Ordinary Gamers. He tries to manipulate the system for his behalf because he's a cult leader. That's what cult leaders do.
And having a whole bunch of people like me just roll their eyes at the situation because of the way you're covering it, which is just doing you a disservice.
At least I have your eyes, though.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't
you
you
have
think
our
you
eyes
have
in the
made,
wrong way,
bigger
though.
Documentaries in hour-long videos before, and they get way more attention, way more views. Don't you think the strategy would it would serve better if you just made a fully fleshed out documentary explaining it? And we've seen Moist Critical, he reacts to videos all the time on stream. I guarantee if you would make a big hour to 2 hour long documentary sent it to fucking Moist Critical, he would cover it way easy. Like, there's much a higher chance that he would cover it on stream and give more eyes to it, as opposed to the approach you're taking now, and we're trying to manipulate him and guilt trip him into covering it instead. You know what I mean? Like, you're MamaMax, you're covering this small case with this small cult leader, but there's much bigger things in the world right now that are bigger issues. So someone can say the same thing to you.
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm trying to make the conversation not just about the cult leader, but about global child exploitation, which I think is probably one of the greatest issues in our.
Okay, so that's a greater issue than us killing each other, which is happening right now. I know it's a very great issue, don't get me wrong. It's one of the top issues we need to deal with. But we also got, other issues going on at the same time. I think a lot of us know about this whole issue going on. And we all want some way to help. I don't think that is, necessarily, hey, just because you don't cover what I'm talking about, we don't want to help and we don't care. No. And now that we found out he's a liar, a cheat, and he's taking your guys' money for no good at all, I mean, he's ruining the whole case of it. He's actually ruining people looking at this issue.
Our world.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
saw all the human trafficking.
Do you really not see my point?
statistics,
I feel like it's like very obvious. Just
No,
because
I
Charlie
do see
is
your-
a big YouTuber. there's
Oh, and you know how legally he looks to see if what he needs to convict somebody. He uses AI chat, not a lawyer, by the way.
shouldn't be an expectation that he should be able to cover like child fucking like rape or child sex trafficking or human trafficking. That's
I think-
ridiculous to try to push that onto him, and you're doing it very in a manipulative way.
He is.
That's the point I'm making.
I think we.
But
can
he's
all
going to
do
dodge a
better.
question.
Dude, good one.
And
Hold
I'm-
on.
And
So,
again,
do you-
I'm not
What are these
asking him to cover
responses?
it.
We could all do better. Like, are you trolling me right now?
It's true.
Are you not?
But
do you hear what I'm saying?
I do hear
You're
what
just
you're saying.
dodging.
I do
He
hear
is
what you're
dodging
saying.
the questions.
I am just saying. I mean, it's an objective
That's
truth.
just
We
sick.
can all do
I mean,
better. to
look, this
fix
is a
these global
guy
issues.
Yeah, but
that should be
you're dodging,
serious
like,
about
deflecting
this
what I'm
issue.
saying, though. Like, that's not actually a response.
Does this
We can
seem
all do
even
better,
serious?
that's
He
the whole
seems like
point.
this is all a joke to
Yeah,
him.
we
Not
can
a
do
response.
better.
Like
It's
he's
pretty- it's pretty
untouchable.
vague because it's
Like it
not
don't
as-
matter to him.
because
Like an
it's
occult
pretty-
leader would
like
be.
you can't really apply it to any specific situation. Because how this is something I want to ask you as well, if that's all right. How
No, Colton, you
feasible-
gotta shut up. You gotta shut up. You gotta shut up.
No,
Your time's
no,
done.
shut up.
Mama
No,
Max
I'm-
is done.
Spencer,
I
what do
didn't
you
even
think?
finish my point.
Spencer, what do you think?
Who cares about Spencer? You're the guy with the fucking platform. I'm sorry,
Okay.
all due respect, but
Alright.
I don't give a fuck about this person's opinion. You're the one of 700.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Spencer. What do y'all think about lyrics?
Yeah, no, I was about to fucking tell him off because you're not gonna sit here and fucking minimize all the shit that we fucking went through, knowing that there's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of fucking victims. That ain't fucking it.
And it is a reflection of a great.
Hey, there's hundreds of victims that you're letting the friggin' predator go free on, you stupid hoe bag. Goodness gracious, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with the people that believe this idiot? Dear Lord, sorry. Told you I'll probably get heated through this one. I can't stand this man. I know he's bad news.
Are cult leaders everywhere. There are child predators everywhere. Sorry, lyrics. Took the L on this one.
So after that confrontation on stream, Lorex and MamaMax had yet another live stream confrontation.
Look. What's them words? I don't have proof. He don't have no proof, ever!
And this time, Lorex came more prepared, having pre-written points ready to confront MamaMax on. Here is how that conversation went.
I wanted to ask, because after our call, you did something I found was pretty egregious, where you started to like direct your chat to tell them to go reach out to the mom and to the brother to find out information about Camden. Is that that's true, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is, I do believe this is the one. So this guy, he went to school with, mind you. that he's calling out for being a predator. Maybe he's calling out for him to be a predator before he calls out on MamaMax being a predator. But he actually weaponizes his audience to attack this guy's family. Now, he don't have no proof, no real proof.
So I think that sets a horrible fucking standard because, like, to my knowledge, you don't have any proof that they're even involved, right? Like, the mom didn't help out Camden with his potential abuse to these kids. Or the brother. Like, you can't prove either of that, correct?
Correct.
And I think if you involve them, you're just, even, like, you're involving them, you're getting them harassment, you're directing your whole fucking audience to them, where, like, you know what's gonna happen. Like, you know the implication that comes there. You're trying to call out this guy for being a pedophile, and you're sending thousands of people to harass them. I think that sets a horrible fucking standard when it's someone that you can't even prove is guilty.
You're talking about Camden.
No, I'm talking about the mother and brother being culpable. You can't prove that they're culpable to blame here. They're just fucking family members to the guy, you know? So why do they have to get shit? It's like, what if your brother did some horrible crimes, and then people start harassing you because of something your brother did?
And he smirks.
Justifiably so, you'd be like, what the fuck? I have nothing to do with this, but now I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting my shit blown up. I'm now getting all these emails and spammed calls, and now because of an action my brother did that I had nothing to do with, I'm the one to pay for it.
If I had a family member that was a pedophile and I had people blowing me up about it, would it annoy me? Yes. But is it worth my attention? Yes. And I think it is worth their attention.
Okay, let's stop right there. All right, so let's say you guys, if he attacked one of you guys, let's say it's your family, let's say maybe you're older people, maybe your son's in California, you're in New York, he's in college, 26 or something, I don't know, maybe not in college, maybe working out there. And you're just minding your own business. You just know what he tells you in the little visits you guys have. And this man here decides, oh, he said he talked about penis in front of a minor, so I'm going to call him a predator, make a huge video on it. Because I don't need proof. He doesn't need proof. You got to understand, MamaMax does not need any proof. So now he's going to get it. He's going to find out who you, the parents, are, or the brothers, and he's going to get his 700 and some thousand subscribers to attack you guys. You guys have no idea of what the kid's doing, but he's going to attack you guys too. He thinks that's appropriate. Tell me that ain't something like a cult would do. I mean, he has no morals, this man doesn't. No morals at all. Let's go on. Before I explode.
I think the lives that are at stake are worth, people calling them about it.
So you feel like the ends justify the means?
Yes, I had this conversation with Colton, and I still feel the same way.
And as parents, what can you do except bring it to the cops' attention just like he can? If he was actually getting actual evidence and was actually working to help victims and to help get predators arrested, what would he do? What would he do? He would work with the police, not send his audience out to get people.
So, at least you're consistent on that, where even if it happened to you, then you still hold the same standard. But
well, he's consistent because it hasn't happened to him yet.
On how if you set that standard for the internet,
well, okay, he was
so
called out for being a
that
predator.
aren't even directly involved, and they become collateral damage.
Remember that he was called out for being a predator.
You could see how that's a horrible standard to set, and now you're just involving innocent people into a crime that they didn't even commit.
I think it's a standard that should be set if the person they are going after is an actual sexual predator who is active. I'm fine with setting that standard.
Just because they happen to be born in the same family?
If they have contact with the person or know of a way to make them stop doing what they're doing, yes.
Know of a way to stop them to do what they're doing? What do you mean by that? Just because you're a brother, what do you mean? How are they going to stop him from touching the kids?
Well, let's say we make contact with his mother or brother. they might know information that is pertinent for law enforcement. I don't agree that it's like whatever tactics we use are necessary. I think there are some tactics that should not be used. But I think, and I know you're saying harassing, but I made it clear I do not want my audience harassing them. But if there's a way they can make contact with them and find that anything that is pertinent to the case, I think that is worth doing.
So, this man here, okay, he tells his audience, oh, don't do this. But how do you control over 700,000 people? You can't. You cannot control what they're going to do. So he puts their names out. He could put your name out. Any one of you watch it, you could be his next victim because he don't need proof. He doesn't need proof.
I hear what you're saying, but I guess I just necessarily don't buy it because in your stream, you acknowledged on how people have doxed you before, correct? And how people, like how that's affected your life. So you're very familiar with how the internet works. And you're very familiar that if you're telling thousands of people on a live stream that, hey, you know what, you should contact these people to get information about this pedophile. And also, like, you're doxing the mom's name. Didn't you do that?
Saying the full name of an individual is not doxing.
Oh, yeah, his not doxing.
What do you mean?
When you're sending 700,000 people out to get these people, that is doxing.
Do you not know the definition of doxing?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fair to say if you're uncovering personal information about someone that they don't offer themselves, that's a form of doxing. I mean, you could play semantics about it, but if you fucking, like, release my full name on live stream right now, that would be a form of doxing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Full names do not count as PII and do not count as doxing.
Look.
Don't you
hold
see
on,
the
hold on.
problem of
Let's
releasing
pause
someone's
this real
full
quick.
name?
Hold on. Alright. Any representation of information that permits the identity of an individual to whom the information applies to be responsibly inferred by either direct or indirect means. Defined as information that directly identifies an individual. Do you see this, guys, right here? You see this? Name, address, social security number, or other identifying numbers or codes, telephone numbers, email address, etc. Names, right there. He's doxing them.
Live on air to thousands of people, because through a full name, you could find out much other private information about someone. You understand that, right?
According to the law and also YouTube guidelines, releasing full names.
You liar again.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say what I said again.
He is a fucking liar.
You can find out much other private information about someone. So even if you don't think it's doxing inherently, it's the first step, and you're walking up right to the door to doxing someone.
I agree with you, Lyrics. I know that names can lead to addresses and phone numbers.
So why are you playing this game with me? Like, you know. Like, you already know.
Of course you do.
It is not against the law.
Do you operate just on what's against the law or behind morals and ethics?
I do operate behind morals and ethics.
No, you don't.
So why are you giving me a legal argument? You should give me a moral argument.
I think reaching out...
Because you don't have any morals when you're condemning people. You're condemning people without proof.
To the family members of a sexual predator is worth their phones getting calls, their emails getting emailed. That is my point.
I just think that sets a horrible standard, man.
So in this video where MamaMax accused one of his accusers of being a pedophile, he left some like one-frame QR codes which lead to like very weird snippets of like dialogue, I guess, or some sort of statement. This first one says, "You decided damning me with lies and blasphemy and designed fantasies, deprive me of my privacy, and thrive upon my past
Okay, this is coming up.
But your falsified philanthropy cannot survive reality. You pedophiles still." This second one is a conversation between what I assume is Max and an alleged victim of Anthony, and it starts out with Max saying, "Hello." She responds, "Hey, how's it going?" Max responds, "It's going well. Thank you so much for taking the time to message me here. I'm very sorry to bother you about this." She responds, "Yeah, of course. It's not a bother. I don't mind." A day later, Max then responds, "Thank you so much. Also, my apologies for not getting back to you sooner. I will be on and off every few days. So I'd like to start by asking, what is your history with Anthony? She responds, I was in marching band with Anthony when I was in high school. He was a senior and I was a freshman. Max responds, did he make any advances on you? She responds, I mean, he was one of those kids that was always naturally flirty. We were really good friends for the year we were in school together. There was never anything that made me feel weird about him necessarily. But after he graduated and went to work in the White House, he started texting me again out of the blue. But I can't remember how he got to that point in the conversation. But he eventually sent me a video of him touching himself. It was definitely random and not something I asked for because I was at my best friend's house at the time, and he sent it to me while we were eating dinner, and I just remember slamming my phone face down on the table and telling her I'd tell her about it when we finished eating. He asked for pictures in return, but I never sent anything. He was a little miffed and tried to talk me into it, but after that we never spoke again. From what I was able to discern from Facebook, he had a girlfriend at the time. Max responds, thank you for telling me this. Were you still a minor at the time? She responds, yeah. I was a sophomore in high school, so I was probably 15. He responds, I'm so sorry to hear that. He then shows a picture of Anthony in a yearbook and says, can you confirm this man, Anthony Field, is the one who sexted you? She responds, that would be the one. And then he says, what else did he do after he sent you that video? How were you feeling? She responds, I mean, I was a little weirded out by it because I hadn't really seen a penis yet. My friend and I laughed about it, and I don't think Anthony and I ever talked again after that. Max responds, I'm really glad y'all could laugh about it. I'm sorry that happened though. I imagine you don't have the video or conversation anymore? Anyways, with that out of the way, let's listen to Larex argue with MamaMax about this situation.
I noticed in your response...
Okay, let's stop right there. Did you hear that they were in high school together? All right. Now, a lot of states have this 4-year law, mostly because of high school. Because high school is kind of a tricky area. And I don't even know how that should really work. I mean, if you're a senior, should you never date a freshman or a junior or a sophomore? I think, even in real life, as we got older, sometimes, our wife or husband will be 2-3 years difference than us. That's never a big thing. And, so does that mean when you're 18 and your girlfriend, let's say, is a grade under you and she's 17, does that make you a predator? I don't know. I really don't understand that part. Because not only that, but you also notice she did say 15. Watch how MamaMax also lies about her age.
To like your old allegation video that you sent out to respond to the 5 X's coming out against you or whatever, or the 4 X's. And at the end, and it seemed like for the most part, it was a good vindication video. Like, it seems like you came out on top. It seems like there wasn't substance to those girls' story. But at the end, though, I got really caught off guard. And you then doxed Magnetar, which was the guy who uploaded the video against you. And you not only doxed him, but then you called him a pedophile, too. And then you like self-admitted 2 minutes later that you don't even have enough evidence to prove that he's a pedophile.
Okay, so check this out. Hold on. So this even gets better. This gets better. So that guy so what's going on is the messages you just seen was I guess a buddy of his that brought up that MamaMax was a predator first. And then MamaMax went after him for being a predator. Let's get back into this.
On YouTube, the one who published this video on me.
I did not dox Anthony Field. His full name was always available.
What do you mean available?
And it was on his Twitter.
It was on his Twitter, and, on his like Magnetar YouTube Twitter account?
No, on his unfiltered political Twitter account.
What's necessarily...
Wait a second. So now he just attached the guy's 2 accounts.
Context.
And
did you dig that up? Or because,
to be clear,
because even if it is...
He did...
Yeah, keep going.
He is the one who doxed me.
He's the one who doxed you?
He did actually dox me to Kiwi Farms.
Okay, and that's a fair critique. If he did that, then I can't defend that at all, and that's a horrible thing that he did. But necessarily, I don't think that's justification for you to dox him back. I mean, right? But I guess that's where you disagree. You don't think you doxed him.
Oh, he knows exactly he doxed him. And yes, that was an attack on somebody because they attacked him. This is what this man does. And with his occult following, he throws these 700,000 subscribers out to him because they think he's such a good man.
So I'm wondering.
They posted a video with my driver's license. I said his full name.
Yeah, while calling him a pedophile.
He is a pedophile.
Okay, then I'm
He
curious.
is verifiably a pedophile.
Okay, I'm curious because I just talked to Magnetar on my stream just like an hour ago, and he told me that he didn't know what you were talking about at all, and that those screenshots he has no recollection of, and he doesn't know what happened. So I guess I'm just curious. I don't even...
Okay, whether or not them screenshots are available, not available, whichever it is, what's the age difference between them? Because he's going to call her 14 when they were in school together. But, no, 14 when this happened. But she said thought she was around 15. If she was a sophomore or junior, she should have been, about 15, 16. Between 15 and 17, really. All right?
I don't even know what happened. I'm just curious because I haven't seen evidence on both sides.
Okay.
So do you have any evidence proving he's a pedophile? Because you didn't show it in your video.
What do you want? His dick pic?
No. What? I want evidence proving he's a pedophile.
I think his behaviors prove that he is a pedophile.
What is his behavior? That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, Spencer talked on stream a little bit about what she saw. We all went to the same high school, but I'll let her speak about that if she wants to. But from what the person he sent his dick pic to when she was 15 said, I mean, she verified
he does
Anthony
say 15.
Field sent her a dick pic when she was like 14 or 15.
No, it would have been 15
How did
or
she
16.
verify?
It's in the video.
Well, I mean, you just like scroll through a whole bunch of DMs. I mean, I'm just like playing devil's advocate. You could fake those DMs, and I'm talking to Magnetar, and he says those DMs are fake. So I'm just like wondering.
Oh, okay. They're fake.
I mean, yeah, that's what he's telling me. I'm just trying to figure out this story.
So basically, okay. So let's say I don't know if there's any younger audience in my audience. Yeah, that sounded really good. But I don't know. Maybe you guys could clear this up. But I mean, should kids that hang out, like they say, they were all in school together? Does that mean that we are predators if we date somebody in the school that we were with, even if they're younger? To me, this is a very weird situation because they were all in school together. I know a lot of people here locally have dated, dated somebody they were going to school with that were in a younger grade, and they turned 18 and they were coming up and they weren't 18 yet. So does that make him a predator? Because he went to work and they're still in school and they're still dating, even though they started dating when he was under 18 and, they were in school together. To me, I don't know. I don't think, I don't want to downgrade it. Like if this really happened, I don't want to downgrade it, but I also don't know if it's that huge of a deal. I think most of it is MamaMax was angry because MamaMax being a predator came out, and we all ignored it.
That what all my exes said, that everything I presented was fake? I mean, that's... If you want to believe them, you can, but they're real.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like you're laughing at him saying it's fake, but it's necessarily like the burden of proof is on you to like prove that he is a pedophile, right? If you're openly calling him a pedophile in your video, like you would have to show evidence.
Do you want me to give you my login info to my Instagram so you can see the DMs yourself? Do you want me to interview her and have her say it with her voice? Do you need a face? Like, what more do you want?
I think even if let's say absolutely that those DMs weren't fake, and this girl came to you and said that he's a pedophile and that he did this to me, then do you still feel confident just with that one girl's like testimony to go on your 750k sub channel and just openly say his name, Anthony Field, and then call him a pedophile? To like that video got like 1 million views, right? I mean, I feel like that's an insane thing to do.
It is. It's horrible to do to somebody. Man doesn't even
Based
have
off
Why
proof.
is that insane?
Once again,
Yeah,
no
but
proof.
I'm asking what it's based off of, and what you're telling me is like one girl's account, and like I think that's
Are
fine
we-
for you to
so-
believe it. Fathom that someone
Just-
isn't that.
Okay,
when you
we're
have a
gonna move
platform,
on
you
here,
can't-
guys.
Yes, yeah, and
Yes,
like do
I
you,
understand that.
and
We're gonna get over here because there's something else that really bothers me. And you guys, like I said, I'll put the link down below. Let's go ahead and
Despite
check out
this
this
awareness campaign starting all the way back in
Mudahard.
late October of last year, to the point where even some of Max's good
Mudahard,
YouTuber
look at
friends
this.
are starting to speak out against him, like SomeOrdinaryGamers, who tweeted out, "I had a call with MamaMax regarding his recent campaign known as God Cult that I'm not too fond of. Wanted to get to understanding this situation, but after 2 hours of a call with him, I'm thoroughly disappointed with how he handled this investigation. A serious situation has been reduced to a joke, and I'm incredibly angry. I will say this has been the worst YouTube investigation I've seen on this platform, and it should have never been handled in this manner. I'll be working on a video regarding this." And Mac
And he did ended up putting Mudahar did put up a video just recently. And if you go back to my last video, I have that actually under my description as a link to his video. If you check it out, I mean, really look into this. The man doesn't investigate. One great thing I can say about Mudahar is he investigates. He wants actual physical evidence, just like a police would, or, you know, a detective would. We need to get evidence. We need to collect evidence on these people. And when this man instead thinks he's the judge and jury, we just release predators back into the world because the cops can't get them. So, I mean, really, MamaMax is not helping nobody. He loves the power. This is what it is. He loves the power. He loves the money.
Addresses my approach.
I can't even watch this
Included it.
video. His apology video, guys, go back, watch it. It disgusts me. You can tell he has no feelings at all. He's cold-hearted. He don't care. He does not really sorry at all. He don't give a shit.
You want Valorant skins. Just
You
how
know,
awesome.
he don't. He don't give a crap. Only one person he cares about is himself and his power with you guys. Well, the ones that subscribe to him.
uploaded his video alongside Nicholas DeOrio, who also uploaded a video in conjunction with Mudahar. And in Nick's video, we learn quite a bit about Max through an interview Nick was able to have with him
Look, how
for this
many-
video. And what we learn is shocking, to say the least.
How much of what you do is kayfabe and how much of it is legitimately
So he's asking how much is fake.
live? This is the investigation. Here it is.
So, the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements. Like, it's a film. Like, I am presenting it as if it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like,
But wait, you
Hold on. I didn't think they would think my content is real. That's his words. That's his words. And he laughs about it. So the investigations, he says, are real, but we have no proof. We have no solid evidence. Because if we had solid evidence, we could take it to the police department and they could arrest this individual.
all I,
hunt files. You don't think that people are going to think your videos are real?
so that's the thing. So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a people's face and what they're doing. There's multiple things against Anthony Field. For me, I feel comfortable saying he is a I don't feel he could do anything to me legally for saying that, because if he were to, the girl who made the testimony would come forward and testify
So
against
she
him.
has his dick pic and has timestamps of when it was sent. That's real. That exists.
He does not have his dick pic.
So what does she have that she could come forward with?
Just her memory. But
But wait,
she
so you
can't
don't think
come-
that you could legally be held liable for the statements you're making if he were to sue you because you have someone who can come forward and tell you it happened?
Well, I am just documenting what she said.
No,
If he
you are
wants to
calling
sue
him
me
a
for-
pedophile.
Correct. And to be able to successfully sue me for defamation, he would have to prove that I am lying, which I am not, because the girl is real and she sent me those DMs.
So yeah, not only are his videos like half fake, half real, but he confirmed that he has no concrete evidence of Anthony being a pedophile.
Okay, so now I just pointed out at least two incidences that shows that he is fake. His content is fake. He does not do investigative work. He makes his videos are considered fake, he says, until you see the picture, then that's real. But it makes no sense. This man is a menace. He shouldn't have a platform. He should not have 700,000 subscribers. This man, I believe, is a cult leader, and he wants to hold on to his power. It's just like any leader of a great nation that's a communist nation. They want to hold that power, and that's what he wants to do. I really think you guys should check out this whole video. I think you should check out my other videos. Make sure you definitely check out the Mutahar video, Some Ordinary Gamers. And there's a few other videos that I think you guys could go ahead and check them out. I believe you guys need to know the truth. We need to stop supporting these creators that are letting these predators go, that are not working with the cops, that are not getting evidence. All he cares about is his pretty little videos and attacking people and seeing you guys attack people. He loves to attack and call people predators, even though he is one himself. That's my thoughts on the situation. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, ring the little ding-a-ling-a-ling bell, and put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm very open. I probably try to get back with the comments down there. And I hope you guys just have a great day. Enjoy your day. And once again, I know this was a very serious topic and something we had to get into. Take care of your guys' self. I love you guys. And make sure you do good for somebody. Love y'all.